It is great to have you back here at CoinSuri's channel. Santo Sumo Sava tweeted this, proving once again how ridiculous some people can get when we talk about the importance of builders. We can say with certainty that builders are significant. Someone has my attention if they claim we can expand the XRP ledger. She goes on to say that one regulatory body should be in charge of growing the XRP ecosystem. I strongly disagree. The net XRP and OTL for Ripple will be okay. Her post is this tweet by Crypto King and a NEO global executive just spoke. Everyone knows that NEM is a great partner. NEM also does not have an American headquarters. Singapore is home to their main office. A small number of use cases on the main rails do make use of OTL for cross-border payments, as he did mention. The Vietnamese banks, he added, are still pessimistic about the future of this rippling cross-border product. I apologize, Ratho Kahneman did touch on that. With all my heart. Check out anything else? The XRPL and XRP have taken a lot of heat, and I get it. But I think people are right to be critical. To what end does he not perceive value in OTL goods? This was posted by Chadston Grabber, but I wanted to share it with you anyhow. The Global Financial Markets Division is the result of a massive reorganization that DBS Bank has announced. Everyone here is presumably aware that Ripple has been actively trying to gain new use cases in different nations and educate the public. They haven't been vanquished either, because they have shifted their focus from payments to other areas and even broached the possibility of other verticals connected to the XRP ledger. The decision to merge the trading arm and treasury division was based on the expectation of more demand for XRP cryptocurrency and the need for more liquidity on decentralized exchanges such as DEX and DDEX. In August 2019, DBS Bank, a prominent Southeast Asian bank, announced that Ripple was the most cost-effective payment settlement mechanism. In case anyone forgot, the DBS Group has just made an announcement on the merging of its equity capital markets. Together with its Treasury Markets Division and brokerage arm, DBS Vickers, it forms the DBS Digital Exchange. As said earlier, the newly incorporated firm will be known as GFM, and it will take effect on March 1, 2024. According to the proposed restructuring, Andrew, who currently serves as head of Treasury Markets, would take the helm of the newly formed division. As head of investment banking, Clifford Lee will take on a more expansive role, overseeing DBS Vickers and the debt and equity capital markets. Inc. will report directly to him. Plus, according to DBS, RT Karun Shivanovich, OK will be taking on more regional tasks as head of capital markets. Consequently, it's evident that they're restructuring to accommodate the new financial system and the changing market dynamics. This is a major consideration for DBS Bank, as you can see that they are also associated with Ripple. I hate to use the term it, but we are not seeing the FUD in the way that Crypto Eddie always predicted. Still, it's a misleading claim. I guess. The fact that it came directly from Crypto King doesn't change my belief that there must be some logic to this. Excuse me, gentlemen, Mike Manfield has agreed to join me in our conversation. One of Ripple's partners, TCS, is taking over the UK faster payments service. The number of Ripple partners actively shaping the future of this new financial sector is growing. Consequently, Tata Consultancy Systems has emerged as a leading contender to oversee the UK's enhanced payment infrastructure. The current operator, MasterCard, has less influential links at Sky than TSC, Tana's confirmed new partner, according to sources knowledgeable with the competitive procurement process. All of this is a component of the new UK payment infrastructure that Pay UK is in charge of implementing, taking the place of the current Faster Payments and Brax retail interbank payment systems. It will centralize clearing and settlement onto a single purpose-built infrastructure. Could this be a sign that it's distributed ledger technology? The XRP blockchain, isn't it? If Tata is on board, then another Ripple partner Tana and XRP Compliance in the UK are likely involved in the regulatory framework as well, even though they don't say it directly. In their statement, they claim to have considered all relevant data competitive and regulatory requirements while conducting extensive research on possible sources. The crucial process of regulatory certification and non-objection is currently under place. Our remarks have come to a close. But the process goes on. So far, this has not been completed. We do not have any hard evidences yet. Anyway, I wanted to express my gratitude to Mike Manfield for bringing this to our attention. According to Sky News and Mike Manfield, one of the leading contenders in the race to run the UK faster payments service is Tata Consultancy Services, as I mentioned earlier. The video's description includes a 2019 article about Tata Consultancy if it piques your interest. For your convenience, I have attached it. Thanks for the info, Mike, but it's Nem again. Now let's circle back to Crypto Eddie's initial tweet and his chat with Nem Ratham. Regarding Ripple partner relationship, this was initially published by Kahneman. One for payment aggregators, PA, and one for prepaid payment instruments, PPI, which I would interpret as Indian rupees, have been granted to Niam, a Ripple payments partner in India. Can Niam, who uses what was OTL in some corridors, use XRP as liquidity? Intriguingly, they intend to build a system that allows businesses to automate their cash flow processes and integrate cutting-edge tools into their online stores to facilitate customer checkout. The licensing procedure includes all of these steps. Niam intends to expand in India by obtaining payment licenses. Guys, read this. This one's new Niam has gotten more payment licenses as part of its expansion goals in India. On Monday, the Singaporean real-time payments fintech announced that the Reserve Bank of India has granted main approval for a prepaid payment instrument. Why wouldn't they employ XRP for this particular purpose, considering how popular it is in India already? The licensing portfolio of the Global Payments Corporation is being expanded further so that it can keep up with the demands of the ever-changing global payments scene. Along with its 2 existing licenses, it will now be able to offer and enhance a range of financial products in the country, such as prepaid cards and merchant payment acquiring, thanks to the inclusion of a payment aggregator license. Niam can now offer preloaded cards to both people and businesses in India, thanks to its PPI license. At the same time, the company may now offer merchants onboarding and acquisition services in the Indian market, thanks to the PA license. As part of these services, we build a platform for online retailers to simplify their financial flow processes and add cutting-edge tools to their sites to make purchasing a breeze. Actually, I have to confess that I can't help but think these are really good for India every time I look at them. This is utterly insignificant when considering integration and payments. There is some profit for the merchants, and the merchandise is moving off the shelves. To what extent will this actually cause the price of XRP to soar into the double or triple digits? It certainly helps in the grand scheme of things, but who knows? No, the XRP ledger's major use cases and tokenization are further off. No matter how small, it makes a difference, therefore this is still great news. My wife, who thinks that every little bit counts, brings up the fact that XRP will find additional uses as the ecosystem expands. Plus, XRP's meteoric rise from 50 cents to $589 can be attributed to this man. There will be $5, $10, and $50 at first, but it will all work out. Here you may see the original tweet from Crypto Edie that I recorded with my screen capture program. It appears that she removed it after I clicked on it, therefore I was going to share it with you earlier. That is my deepest apologies. Apologies, but we've disabled this page. I don't see why we should get rid of market fit corridors and all that, so here we go again with Kahneman's continuing the story with another series of tweets. In any case, this is a substantial assertion. Crypto King reiterates his earlier statement that only a few of products use OTL, but he is still quite negative regarding Ripple's international offerings. This, according to Sputnik 9, is probably the driving force behind Ripple's decision to pivot away from global payments and towards tokenization. Since the original XRP business case is dwindling, Ripple is dissatisfied with the solution adoption, according to Joel Katz. I agree with your first point, but I think you're taking your second point a little too far. This is where Rafa Kahneman does respond. While he did mention that they were unhappy with the acceptance rate for all payment methods, including cryptocurrencies. According to him, they are still committed. So, it's an important factor to think about. This is based on my belief that XRP, whose token is XRPL, is quickly becoming a blockchain for everything, as stated by Sputnik. This follows David's earlier denial of involvement, but they nevertheless proceeded with full force. I spoke with other Indian banks following this, and they use XRP for cross-border transactions. Nonetheless, the cosmic dent they had hoped to achieve never materialized. Crypto is my life. You said market fit, and Nem backs that up. We are using XRP sometimes, but obviously not all the time or to the degree we had intended. It would be much easier to make use of XRP if everyone used the same metric. I guess it's just because a standard foundation for cryptocurrencies does not yet exist. The team is aiming to make the chain compatible with other systems for this very reason. Even if Ethereum benefits from the AEF gain, more roots are still needed before many cryptocurrencies may be accepted by businesses, banks, and other financial organizations. Since other chains are making development, the XRP ledger will continue to play a role in this narrative, however unfair it may be. Even if it doesn't get all the money, I'm still really optimistic about the use cases. You can bring up your anti-Ripple XRP use case, for example, whenever governments like these make a statement. Your intended outcome is unclear to me. But if we ranked economies, India's would appear to be the largest. Next up is India, which I'm going to guess is around the top 10, ranking 5th. To put it like Kahneman puts it, I'm prepared to examine evidence that runs counter to my views in order to expose my biases. The data you provided does not seem to have anything to do with the subject of wearables and businesses, though. Very nicely. When that is done, everyone, we're back here, all we need now are more responses. Again, I still don't think the use cases are fully fleshed out. As expected, we should expect further updates as the XRP development process progresses. The demand for XRP is expected to increase as additional use cases are exposed. Beyond the monetary aspect, that will address other matters as well. Nonetheless, we have always been aware of it, right? Consequently, payouts will have to comply with rules. When the monetary system is under control, a boom in activity is likely to follow. Also, there's the spec run, you guys. Consequently, we must keep our spirits up. I am motivated to keep going because I can see a positive light at the end of the darkest tunnel. While speaking at the National Bank of Georgia not long ago, James Wallace, Ripple's president of central bank relations, mentioned that XRP drops. Anthony, please examine this. It pertains to the speech given by James Wallace. Attending today's event organized by the National Bank of Georgia was an honor for James Wallace, president of Ripple's central bank relations and a globally recognized IT firm. In his view, it is a good thing that the company would be collaborating with Georgia on experimental initiatives involving digital currencies. The National Bank of Georgia is interested in using the XRP ledger, thus we're working with digital currencies issued by central banks in this scenario. The XRP ledger has seen some little advancements recently, but they will all add up to something huge in the end. With that said, I simply wanted to thank XRP Drops for penning it. Just so you know, tokenization is made for you. David Schwartz recently estimated $1.4 quadrillion in tokenization, and our CEO has also brought up the idea of $30 to $50 trillion, along with tax transactions using XRP. In the video I produced regarding XRP and its possible future developments, which Chad Stengraber mentions, you can find the link in the upper right corner. Below Wisdom Tree Prime, you'll discover connections to Atomic Swap and Visa. They're getting us, excuse the pun, ready for tokenized assets. They assert their interest in purchasing a share from this location. To be honest, many of us are still trying to figure out how to practically understand the idea that they're just showing that, for example, you can pay for a cup of coffee using some of your cryptocurrency, some of your money, or even your gold token. This is because we hold the belief that physically transporting actual assets like 1 ounce of gold to some other location would be necessary to transform them into fiat currency, whatever that may be. Tokenizing your assets, on the other hand, means that we will no longer possess the physical object but rather its record on the blockchain, from which you may purchase goods like coffee using a portion of your asset. You guys, this is the ideal setting for cryptocurrency to thrive. Also, we need to be sure to hold on to cryptocurrencies that actually solve problems or have real-world value. Well, that wraps up the video. Please consider subscribing and giving my channel a like, it would be greatly appreciated. Until next time.